Leanne took Georgia to college, and there was for orientation, and there was a rape seminar, which I think is very important. They said that this thing, 1 in 4 women get raped, which seems
Crazy.
pretty aggressive.
That's crazy.
But then you're kind of like,
did I tell you that we when I was in college we stopped somebody?
no.
Yeah.
Did you ever have? So you knew people that rape people?
Well, what happened was I went to a really small school.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
Oh yeah, in like North Carolina.
Yeah, it's like the size of a high school. So you really school's that small, and you're a freshman. You're on your own for the first time.
Yeah.
You really get to know. We were in the freshman dorms. You really get to know your hall. I mean, very well.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're away for the first time. You know everyone's personality. You know this guy. I mean, I know this dude was bullying his roommate like mercilessly.
Yeah.
And we had these football players here. I had this one roommate, whatever, and all the way on down. And there was this dude at the end of the hall that he was kind of eccentric for, I think for a lot of Carolina kids. A lot of these kids were like small town North Carolina people. This was like
a carpetbagger.
Well, this was like going to New York for some of them, because they're like going to, and you're still in a very small town. And this kid had like, ear piercing, like he'd have a nose ring. He was eccentric to a lot of them. They were small town Carolina kids, you know. And he would dye his hair,
which is crazy. I mean, back then.
Yeah, this is like 97. Like he had dark hair, dye it blonde, and people were, they were like, he stood out like in that way for this hall.
Yeah.
He used to say weird shit, but like, we're all freshmen, we're dudes. No one's gonna be like, what'd you say? Like he would say weird shit. And one time we were hanging out on like a Friday night, and somebody comes, like we're hanging out, doors are open, we're walking into each other's rooms, and somebody's like, yo, I actually forget his name, but they're like, hey, he's down there with like a teenager, like a young teenager in his room. Somebody had seen him go in there, and like 4 or 5 of us were just like, nah. Like, we can't let that slide.
Really?
So we all walked down there, opened his door.
And this is back when, like, that was not like, I mean, that, like, I remember when I was a kid, there were 24-year-old dudes that dated high school girls.
Yeah, yeah. And we walked in, and he was like, what's up, guys? And we were like, this isn't happening. And he was like, what? And we're like, this isn't happening.
Is he a big guy? I picture him like 6'3".
No, he wasn't a big dude. He was probably, he was like healthy, athletic, but he was a few inches shorter than me.
Okay.
Slender, but like healthy build.
5'4", 5'6". Keep going.
No, he was probably like 5'9".
Yeah.
165, like healthy, normal build.
And what was the chick like? Was the chick like?
She was like 14, maybe 15. And he's a freshman in college. She's probably a freshman in high school. And she was a little like she was a girl who was hanging out in a college dorm.
Yeah.
And we were like, you're not hanging out here. And he was like, what are you guys doing? We're like, not happening, dude.
Really?
Yeah. And we're like, you got it. And then he tried to get up to leave with her, and we were like, no. You're staying here. Like, she's getting out of here.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Because we were like, how are we going to fucking... And then he was iced out after that. He was gone after not much longer after that.
See, I must have been oblivious to it. Or I had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend almost all of college. So I mostly hang out
with her.
By
the way, Chuck was there too.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big dude. That's a big dude.
Yeah, Big Chuck was...
That's a big dude.
And he was a freshman D tackle. He was like 6'5", 275.
Was he ever muscular?
Yeah, he was when he was playing then, he was pretty...
I didn't mean that bad, Chuck. I know you're going to hear that and go, I'm still a little muscular.
Yeah, no, he's a big fuck. So.
I think when I think of him, I think of smoking weed. Like, I think of smoking weed.
We also may have walked in there with, I don't remember if Sam was on our, Big Sam. He was 6'7", 330, like the offensive tackle. And so we just walked in there. We were just like, you're not doing this, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.